Hi and welcome to this video log with me, Wayne, from swimmingcyclingrunning.com. Well, it's more than a log today. We're describing a drill that I think most people should do for all strokes. It's exceptionally important, the catch. The catch in swimming is sometimes elusive to people. They can't get it. They can't quite get the catch. They rush it. They think they have to propel themselves forward at every moment. But that's not quite true. We only want to propel ourselves forward when we actually have the ability to develop force backwards because we're driving forwards. And that will only be done in the catch when you're actually holding water on the underneath of your arm and your hand. If you notice, yes, you can dip the hand, but that's a very narrow or very shallow amount of space and very little. But if you actually develop a good catch, you hold the water with the bottom of your arm. And this drill would do that. And it's kicking on your side and then pointing your arm to the bottom of the pool. And it's done like this. You're on your side, everything pointing to the side of the pool. Breathe out, breathe in. And as you breathe out, you point your hand to the bottom of the pool, and effectively you've got that catch position there, as you can see. And what you're doing is you're turning your elbow from pointing to the side to pointing to the ceiling. Let's go to the computer and see a few examples of that, and hopefully we'll get you doing it absolutely correctly. Remember, the move to the catch must be non-propulsive, and that's what we're trying to see. Okay, so we're looking at the pointed arm drill. And we've got a starting position here, and I would suggest that what we have is an arm that's slightly too low. We want the elbow up there, ideally. But the position that Jackie gets into is a nice catch position. You can see if she's in that position, her effort is going to be pushing back against the water. So we've actually developed a good catch. Forward again, turn up to breathe, back in, and then point that whole arm into a catch position. And you can see that's an absolutely lovely catch position. We're going to be driving backwards from there if we actually take a stroke. As I say, we'd like it just to be a bit higher with the elbow, but that's fine. Once we've got a catch position, we can actually work on that. What we're trying to stop is what I would call the snatch to catch, where you don't give yourself time to actually develop a hold on the water. And we'll see it here. I'll just put it in slow motion. You saw Jackie there. She's really pulled her arm back quickly. If I put it in full motion, you'll see what I mean. Bang. You see that's slightly too fast, and she's pulled her elbow back. Let's look at that just in literally step by step. So we're going forward, and bang. You can see that's just too fast a movement. There's no catch there, and the elbow's starting to be pulled back. Dermot, on the other hand, who's on the left, has pulled his hand round, as opposed, you can see that's pointing to the side of the pool as opposed to pointing down to the bottom of the pool. That's another common problem as you try to develop a catch. But Jackie tends to correct this, as you saw in the other video. She's starting to develop it now. She's not pulling her hand back so strongly as she was before. Now with Dermot, what we effectively have is we have an arm that goes down and then up. So he's turning his elbow underneath him. His elbow is actually pointing to the bottom of the pool there, which we actually don't want. If you can keep it pointing to the side of the pool, you'll find it a lot easier to develop the catch. And because of that, when he tries to go down, you can see he's trying to do it just with his hand there and not with the arm, which is actually now pushing in a downwards position. We don't want to push it down. We want to grab that catch. Now he's holding the water there, but what we really ideally want is to have his arm up on the surface and then down with that elbow, and we'll have a catch much further out, and we'll be developing rear propulsion, which drives us forward. To extend this drill, we can do single arm holding a pull buoy, and when you're doing this type of drill, it's important to rotate to both sides. Now you can see Jackie on the right. She's rotated onto her left side because she's stroking her left arm, and as it recovers she reaches forward and rotates to the opposite side. That's hugely important. You need that rotation, otherwise you're isolating part of the stroke that doesn't work. And there we've got the catch, which is exactly what we want. We want the catch there. Now ideally we want to hold that bend in our arm and travel underneath our body. Jackie does tend to straighten her arm out under her body, which loses some of the power that she has, and means she's not actually holding as much water as strongly as she can, or accelerating all the way down to her hip there, because you want to slowly but surely accelerate all the way to your hip and out. But if you extend your arm down, as she has there, you lose power because that's not the strongest position you have. Now, if you look at Jack on the left, you can see his snatch is still snatching down in the water. You can see that rush down in the water. You can see that rush down in that direction there. Rush down. And then he actually has a good position under his body. He actually has that sort of 90-degree bend and pushes out the back. So he's got a better end of his stroke than he has the beginning. And if we improve that beginning so that he has that catch that Jack is trying to get into on the right, then we will actually improve his swimming dramatically. Okay, so there you have it. The move to the catch position has to be non-propulsive, and you have to try and grab the water with the underneath of your arm and your hand. Yes, you do tip your hand a little, but it's better just to think of pointing that whole arm to the bottom of the pool and then driving backwards, because if you develop backward propulsion or backward force, you will develop forward propulsion. Okay, that's what we want to do in all of our swimming strokes, not just front crawl. So if you're rushing the front end of your stroke, slow it down. If it feels too slow, it's probably just about right. I hope that's helped you. We'll see you soon.